Kolbrin Bible, Book 6, Book of Morals and Precepts. Chapter 24, Labor. Much of the book is to develop your moral code. Avoid using it to judge others. NPR 24:6. The weaver should breathe something of himself into the threads and thus endow the cloth with something of his own nature. The builder should set the foundation with care and diligence and erect the dwelling with devoted attention as though it were to be the habitation of his own household. NPR 24/7. The husbandman should till the ground with loving care and sow the seed with tenderness, as though the fruits thereof were for his own children. NPR 24/8. The craftsman should stamp his handiwork with his spirit, for all who fashion with their hands should leave their seal thereon. NPR 24/9. If you toil without satisfaction, if you labor with distaste, following a dull routine of drabness, then it were better you did not labor at all. A loaf baked with indifference sits heavily on the stomach. If a dwelling is built without care, it becomes the abode of discomfort. NPR 24/11. All labor is not wholesome. He who toils half-heartedly or is careless in craftsmanship implants imperfection in his nature. He deals in deceit, and his toil emits an unseen thing, which, like some poisonous vapor, numbs his spirit. NPR 24/17. The knowledge and skill men gain to follow their craft suffice to provide for daily needs. But what of the knowledge which will deliver them from the yoke of life? Is that not the greatest attainment? While a society might stamp out the drive to know, there will always be some that will be hungry. In time, they will take what your society has because they have the desire to know. And God has a plan. Your society is no longer fulfilling what it was intended to do. They have the drive you failed to instill in your society's young. Humanity always prefers to be lazy. It's adversity that drives us. So the rich, even nations, having inherited so much, faces little adversity. They can't overcome, and they will rarely risk losing what they have from fear. They will offer concessions to those that will only have contempt for them. Eventually, the generation that knew what real adversity was will be gone, and all that will be left is the idle that have no clue what to do and no drive to learn, leaving them in the society you love vulnerable to eventual failure. I might point out, Israel was given to the children of God, yet he did take it away from them and hand it to Babylon. In the end, they had to gain it through charity of others. Yet having gained it and suffered so much, they will defend it. So they learned the lesson. The West should take heed. Do not assume your nation or nations are God's country. You have scripture that warns you. That doesn't mean he will blindly protect you from the consequences of your actions.